True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Docs. I'm Dr. Simone Ellis, and I'm super excited to be here. Of course, Docs is where we educate, empower, and inform you on health and wellness topics. And I could not be here doing this show without my beautiful co-host. Go ahead and kick it over.
What up, what up, what up? What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Kwanzaa, MD, your favorite DJ doctor. We are in the building today. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all, we changing up the show format a little bit.
Kwanzaa has come in here and was like, this is what we going to do.
Stop giving all the tea on Facebook, y'all. We just
need y'all to subscribe, right?
Yes,
so, of course, we don't do this just for fun. We want to make sure that this show is getting to the masses in the correct form.
Right.
But before we get into that, of course, you can find me at Smile Design Studios and on Instagram, Dr. Simone Ellis, or on Facebook, Simone Ellis. And Kwanzaa, where can we find you at, love?
Well, you can find me on my website at www.drkwanzaamd or on Facebook at Dr. Kwanzaa MD. That's DRCWANZAMD. Or Instagram at DR_CWANZAMD. And Twitter at Dr. Kwanzaa MD. Y'all just heard me spell it like 5 times. But find me any of those locations. And we're so privileged to have an amazing guest host today. We love her. This is my very dear friend and colleague and super smart, double boarded.
I mean, she's
just
kind of
bomb
brilliant.
chick, just cool person.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to hype you up, boo boo. We're here to hype you up. But it's all true, which makes it even more amazing. We're here with the amazing Dr. Mary Stone.
Hey,
so
beautiful.
tell the people who you are.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mary Stone, your board-certified internal and emergency medicine doctor. I'm a health and fitness coach. Through books, online training, and other products, I help people become the best and greatest versions of themselves.
I mean, if you guys aren't even checking out her Facebook, you got to, because she has been doing some amazing stuff here, and I'm loving it. So tell us a little bit what got you into that. Where you from?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
She said Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
You gotta say it like that, girl. And then raised in Mobile, Alabama. Went to Spelman. What up, my Spelman Jaguars? Played basketball there for 4 years. Of course, we're extra.
No, we said XU.
Spelman. And then went to Morehouse School of Medicine. Did internal medicine residency at the University of South Alabama. Went back home and then went to Mississippi for my emergency medicine residency.
So I got to ask you this, because you went to undergrad at HBCU and then you went to a black med school. How fabulous was that?
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. Coming from Mobile, I mean, there are black people in Mobile. Let's not, say that there aren't.
You know what? I went to Alabama for my very first time.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, the food was good. Birmingham.
Yeah. Mobile's food better.
Okay. All right. I don't know that.
We're on the
Cheese
water.
bomb, though. It was bomb.
Yeah,
wow.
We're on the water. So my mom told me that I had 3 options: Spelman, Spelman, or Spelman.
Wow.
So I
Is she
applied
from
to Spelman.
I mean,
she went to Spelman.
I got you.
My dad went to Morehouse. My brother went to Morehouse. So
it was like embedded in you and ingrained in you since you were a kid.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to go to Michigan because the Fab Five, So
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mary's like my sports junkie friend. We usually Mondays. We won't even, unless you want to sponsor us. I won't name our favorite spot that we always roll over to. But we could. But we always roll and watch sports together on Monday nights and talk about life,
Awesome.
medicine.
So you guys would hate
sports.
me to be around because I'm like, so what are we watching again?
It's okay. We can teach you. We can teach you
Mary's
the
here for
basics.
you.
I'm here
Actually.
for it. I'm here for it.
That's awesome.
You'll be a
Awesome.
professional
Well,
afterwards.
Well, tell us a little bit about like what got you into medicine and like why
Right.
did you even take that path?
Sure. So growing up, my dad and I used to dissect actually cats and frogs, as disgusting as that is, in the garage. My dad's was a family medicine doctor, now emergency medicine doctor. So I've just followed in
forgot
his
about that.
I
Yeah.
followed in his footsteps.
That's what's
even
up.
though I said I wouldn't, and then my brother went the complete opposite direction. So
What does he do?
he's a lawyer.
Is he single?
He is.
And
He
he's
is.
hilarious.
And he is hilarious.
He's good
And I love
people.
him dearly. Shout out to him, even though my dad said, "What did I do wrong with that child?" Since he's a
that's
lawyer.
hilarious.
I don't know, Dad. I
No,
don't know.
he's so much fun though.
He is. He's
So how did you guys get a chance to meet? Because you guys know each other, and then I know you, of course, from other stuff. But like, how did you guys get a
yeah.
chance to meet?
So
Yeah.
when I actually ran into one of the other doctors at Spelman Morehouse Homecoming. Shout
Wow.
out. And so got a job here, and then met this lovely being, and we've been friends.
We
She's
ever
good people to be
since.
friends
Yeah,
with.
she
But
is.
Your whole crew is like amazing. You have
You're
to,
in our crew,
I know.
Simone.
That's why I'm like,
Why do you keep saying that? Like,
I'm amazing.
we all
So-
hang out together.
It's a great group of people to be around, and some awesome black medicine, melon, and all that goodness. So.
Absolutely.
Well, CP, what are we gonna get into today?
Man, you know what? First up, we got to do hot topics.
Yes.
Just catch up on it. Anybody do anything exciting over the weekend? I worked. I was in work depression over the weekend because y'all know I do not like working the weekend.
but
But
you
I
know,
had to do
people's
what I had
lives
to
need to be
do.
saved
They
over the
do.
weekend.
Yes, they do. And I had to get over myself and be of service, and I did. And you know what? It was cool. I had a good weekend at work. It was great. Shout out to my ER folks at St. Louis Sugarland because they got me through because Saturday was a struggle.
Really?
I was just
Is it like a full
tired.
moon thing? Like, do you guys feel like
Yes.
that happens?
That happens.
Really?
That absolutely happens.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being in the ER also like on 4th of July weekend where it has to be
Oh,
foolish,
yeah.
right?
I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
just but it keeps us busy. It keeps us.
You never see the
employed.
same
We
thing
love
ever.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be
No
crazy.
doubt.
And
think
it
it's
makes
just
you
more
very
like-
thankful that you're on the other end of things. I
Wow.
feel like.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
I think it makes people. I think one thing about ER doctors that people always are like, y'all are always so like laid back, and I'm like, yo, people be dying out here. Like,
Yeah,
bad
like
stuff
your
happens.
perspective of life has to be like, did you die though? Oh, okay,
Right.
well, you
Right.
fine.
No, literally, I
Right.
told my
Right.
friend the other day, they were like, I'm having a bad day. I was like, just come to work with me one
One
day.
day.
And you'll be like, you know what? It really wasn't that
It
bad.
was not that
It was just-
bad.
it
I
wasn't that
I
bad.
can.
It wasn't
You know,
that
I
bad.
love what I do because I literally am like, okay, so is it 5? All right, guys, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, now see that part I miss. But I mean, it's cool though, cause like for us, like we can be off. We can kind of we have some say so of our schedule. But like we can kind of be off. Like I went to this awesome podcast conference this past week, which is why I worked the weekend. Thanks, Dr. Stone, for covering.
Welcome.
Oh,
Anytime you want my
nice.
weekend, you
Nice.
can have 'em.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was just weird for me because I don't normally work the weekends. But, I love to be of service. It was great. Did a great radio interview on the Conscious Minds Radio on
cool.
KPFT, which was cool with Cedric Wheeler. Yeah, and it was pretty dope with some other doctors. But, that was my weekend.
Nice. I slept. And like, honestly, it was phenomenal. Like,
Mm-hmm. I know.
I travel so much that I didn't realize like just being in Houston and being in your own
Yes.
space is beautiful. So
Traveling is hard.
It is, and you
It
know what?
takes
Like, I
a
think that
toll.
when we're younger, we're like, yes, I want to have this life where I'm busy and I'm going all these places. But that gets real old
Yeah,
real
like,
quick.
you need like
Days
you get the
to
private jet
recover.
though?
Yeah.
so you need, like
Well, we're not traveling like Blue Ivy. Like, oh, so I
Right.
know we're about to get into this foolishness.
right. I
with
know.
This,
Yeah.
this woman with her two straws
I know.
in her drink.
Where's the Blue Ivy pick? Could I just say this? We were joking about this earlier. Like Blue Ivy's life is like better than ours in age.
Blue's
How old is she?
life.
4, 5.
5.
I mean,
Doesn't
Can I
matter.
just be
She's-
on a
she's
boat
under
and get a
10.
pedicure?
Okay.
Like,
She's under
She was
10.
like in a Zen process.
She
in a Zen
was.
state. I'm like,
I
what
mean,
you stressed out about, boo?
Nothing.
Like that
She
yacht that
not.
you swimming in today?
Nothing.
no,
this
she's
picture?
practicing
Yes.
mindset early. Like I'm feeling this so much,
But the
so
two
much.
straws, 'cause
the
you
double
know,
straw
like,
situation.
It's like I can't get enough of this juice. I gotta
No,
get
the tan
Gosh.
on fleek,
yes,
mood
the glass.
on fleek, attitude on strizzy.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh
mean,
my
I love it. And
gosh.
I love the other thing I love about this picture is just, starting people with the mindset early, and it's not giving me the energy of like entitlement. It's just like
she has no
I'm
cares.
Out here.
She has no cares.
I'm enjoying life.
Is that a yacht?
Yes. It's a yacht.
Okay, because well. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
see, and I thought it was just like you. Like
right.
I thought it was a hotel. I was like, oh, she's in the
No.
hotel. But they're like, no, do you
That's
see
a
the
boat.
water?
Baby, behind it. That's what I was like. Wait, what is this beautiful pool on this
Inspiration.
yacht?
You know what? I have to give it to them though, because like I think that vacationing, they show that you can work hard and you play hard. Like they work really hard as a family, and then they're always like taking the time to like invest back into their breaks and their time. And Blue is definitely reaping all this benefits.
Right. And
Oh
it's
my
no
God.
hate, no shade. I love to see it, and I think her energy is so dope. I think that I saw her meditating, or picture of her meditating.
That was
I'm just
so cute.
Like, start early.
Start early, baby.
This life is stressful.
For the internet trolls try to take you down in life.
No,
whatever.
they've already tried to take her
Let
down.
me tell y'all what happened today. So I made the unfortunate mistake. I know we're rolling through hot topics, and we're gonna get to our actual show before we do that. But like, I made the mistake today of like commenting behind a celebrity post on Instagram. Have y'all okay, so do y'all watch The Breakfast Club?
Yes.
With Charlamagne?
Yeah.
Or listen to it?
I listened to it.
All right, so he posted something about Cardi B. Basically, she bought this Ferrari on the weekend, or a Lamborghini or something like that. But, people troll on the internet and was basically like, that's Lee. So she put her whole bank statement up there from Wells Fargo. And it's like Waffle House, $60, $500,000 withdrawal. And I was like, this is so funny to me. I'm like, she's just like your crazy friend that you be like, girl, if you don't go take that down, like for real, and take that Lambo back, like,
But
what
why
is your
did you
plan?
go to Waffle House?
But wait, I was about to say, how you spend $60 at Waffle House though?
She probably had mad people.
I'm just saying that American
You know what?
breakfast.
And I
is
love
like-
Cardi because she is definitely like that. But let's really talk about financial freedom. Like Cardi is hot, but like that is not appropriate.
But I said maybe she gonna flip. No, my point of making this is because so it was like at 5. It's 5 a.m. y'all. So like Charlamagne does this post, and I literally just comment. Like I'm not even thinking about it. I was just like, oh my God, this just made me laugh. Like this is hilarious. Like whatever. Yo, I got internet trolled. Like it was like comments all. It was so funny though. But I'm loving life. I'm like, you're not gonna break me,
wait,
boo.
what did they
What did you say that was so bad?
Right.
That is
Nothing,
funny.
because I was just like, yo, this is so funny. This made my whole day. Like, she's just like, she just loves to disprove the haters. Whether, I think she needs to do that or not, it ain't even my business. I don't even care that much. It was just funny to me. Like, I was just
So
like,
what,
this
were they
is
mad that
hilarious.
you said it was
It's funny? Right.
No, they just be hating on. They just be hating, period. People just always have something to say. That's my whole point. And
So
so
they
they
were
were
mad that
like,
you were laughing?
she's trash. Like, why would
Oh.
you say that's winning? I was like, I didn't say it was winning. I said it was
funny.
funny. And then, it's like, I understand depreciation of assets. Like, I hope her accountant does. Like, I'm not in her finances. Like, you shouldn't be either.
Well,
So it was just quite funny.
I
But-
gave them my money. I guess she took because I did Migos concert and Drake. So I'm like, I guess part of my money
yeah.
is going to that.
Right,
Right.
you
Why
know,
not?
but it was just funny, and I was like, maybe she gonna flip the joint. Like maybe she's smart like that. Somebody gonna want it. But anywho, we digress. We digress. Also, I watched this dope movie. If y'all have a chance, Imperial Dreams, just check it out. It's about just reemerging from a jail situation and then trying to just kind of delve back into life and the struggles that people have when trying to just do right, man. And I know that part of doing right is having people to help you along the way. And I know Dr. Ellis is probably going to talk about some wonderful sponsors that we have to help us along the way on this show.
Absolutely. That was a good segue because
Thank
I think
you.
True
I
Digital will
tried.
really appreciate this. So if you're online right now and you are a customer, this is the question. How do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we have to walk with every step of the way. So True Digital Media Consulting can help your website development, online ads, business reputation, organic growth, and search engines. So give us a call today at 832-934-4436 or send us an email at info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Let me try that again for my Invisalign patients. Info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com and mention the Spirit to receive a 30-minute strategy consultation. That's a really cool. Thanks for the new ad, and we appreciate you guys, True Digital Media. We'll make sure you guys get some really good business.
Thank you, True Digital Media.
Thanks. True
Absolutely.
Dr. Ellis, like, I
That-
know you got, I know
them
you
trays
got
were
big
like-
things popping. Like, you gotta go handle it.
Yes. So, guys, I'm
Okay.
going to let you guys go, and I know that these ladies will take an amazing show off.
Yes, we got you. We'll
But
take care
Doc
of you.
Stone,
Will.
it's always awesome seeing you.
Always
live.
great to see you too. I'll see you soon in the
Yes,
office.
Absolutely. And Kwanzaa, Dr. DJ Code Blue. Have a fabulous
I got you.
afternoon.
I got you. No doubt. Go handle your business.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, we're family here on the docks, and so stuff be happening, yo, and like you gotta go handle your business. So we got this. Me and Dr. Stone are about to get into this show
hold
right
it down.
now. It's all ER. It's just all our
Oh,
little
yeah.
anecdotes, and it should be pretty entertaining because ER is entertaining. So what we're talking about today is basically anecdotes and antidotes from the emergency department. And we had a couple of questions from Instagram that were asked. I kind of posed the question last week about, what are some questions that you have about the ER? And I think the first thing was, what is the difference between the emergency room and the urgent care? Like, what is the difference? What you think?
So I think the difference is that if you feel like you have a life-threatening emergency, which will
Let's
may or
define that.
right, if it's going to kill you in the next couple of seconds,
Right.
minutes, or hours, or even a day, then go to the emergency room.
Right.
If it's something minor, which again we probably have to define that too.
Right.
Like a sprained ankle or a cough or a cold, strep throat, then you should probably go to the urgent care.
Right.
We have more resources in the emergency room than the urgent care does. So, and a lot of times urgent care says we can't handle this, go to the emergency room.
Right. And there's some reasons behind that. And so I think the biggest point about it is, like you said, resources. So in the emergency department, we have the benefit of a kind of a corporate structure or a bigger business behind the department. And so we have a little bit more support in terms of radiologists reading
Right.
films. And so sometimes at an urgent care, not because they don't want to, but maybe they're not, if you're a provider and you're having to make like a final call and you don't have a radiologist to back you up about an x-ray read or about a potential problem that you are not 100% on, it's hard to make that call about somebody's life or limb. And so
Absolutely.
they'll refer you to the ER. And so we get that a lot. And sometimes patients are a little frustrated, and we just have to remind them that, hey, that's the resources that they have. They just want to make sure you're getting cared for in the best way possible. And we just have a little bit more resources
Yeah, we do.
at our disposal.
And a lot of times, I'm not sure. Some urgent cares may have CT scanners. I mean, we definitely have CT scanners, so when they
Right.
work. So that also goes
Right.
along with the resources as well.
Also, what about the financial aspect? Like, what can you tell people about how, what the cost is between an urgent care versus the ER?
Yeah, so urgent care, I think, is a one-time like $20 or $30 fee, and then if you come to the emergency room, I know that our registration people are gonna, hit you up
you
and
up
say,
hard.
"Do you have at least $200 for this?" And most people, well, some people might. So I don't know people's pocketbooks, but a lot of
Right.
times, $20 versus $200, I'm gonna go with the 20.
Right. And also, the other thing about an urgent care is that they don't have to see you. So if they have a policy with their insurances or they have a policy about their cash pay procedure, you're kind of at their mercy because it's not the emergency department. We're under government guidelines, per se, to say we can't turn down an emergency. That doesn't mean we can't say that we won't treat your perceived emergency, but if you have a true deemed emergency going on,
Yes.
we got you, and that is like a federally mandated rule that people get in lots of trouble for if they don't. But again,
Absolutely.
for emergencies, that's life, limb,
yes.
minute to minute, days to seconds.
Absolutely.
Emergencies. Examples would be
If you're having chest pain or, shortness of breath, or if you have a headache, and then you have to put comorbidities into play with
Right.
this, meaning if you have high blood pressure and chest pain and, or a headache, then we're concerned about you. Now, if you're 19, completely healthy, and your left arm just starts hurting, and then you go to Dr. Google or WebMD, they're gonna tell you you're having a heart attack. So that doesn't mean that you need to come to the emergency room.
Right. But we're thankful for our urgent cares because, number one, if you're not dying, I mean, it's a great alternative. And I think people don't know enough about them, to sometimes make that decision. And, you do the best you can. But, if it's something where you don't feel like you're dying and it could be probably pretty quick, then it's a good alternative for you. It's way cheaper for sure.
Yes.
And
the wait time, the wait time is probably a lot less than it is than the emergency room.
Right.
So.
That's how people end up dying in the ER. Like,
absolutely.
that stuff is real. It does happen.
It is,
we don't like to talk about it, but
No,
it
does.
does. It gets real. So one of the other questions we had is, why are the ER nurses so hard in the ER? Like, why are they so harsh to people? So this is an IG question. I didn't make this question up. It really was.
Okay. Well,
what's your perspective, or what you think?
I really think because a lot of times, the whole thing is that they've been in the emergency room for a really long time. They see people who come into the emergency room without emergencies. So a lot of times they get jaded thinking, oh, this person doesn't have an emergency. So you start off saying, this pain has been going on for 25 years, and then their attitude's just going to change. And I just think, they see a lot, they do a lot, they're put under an immense amount of pressure. So, give them a break if you can.
Yeah, and I think everybody in our field is service driven, and I really can't say that enough. I do believe people are service driven, and it's just like any other profession. When you see something, people dying sort of or having really extreme life emergencies, so if you imagine from the perspective of our emergency department, we deal with people who are coming in who are potentially dealing with a situation that may alter the rest of their life. And so when you see that on a day in and day out basis for years and years and years, and if you're not practicing like some mindset strategy or self-care or meditation or some spiritual connection, and even if you are doing those things, sometimes it can just wear on you. And so if you come in with like a perceived emergencies, and we'll talk about that in a minute, sometimes like you may not get all the compassion you feel like you're warranted. And, it is our duty to be professional and compassionate at all times. And sometimes folk, I think, just
forget that we're human.
Yeah, forget that we're human, and everybody is just out there trying to be professional and do their job. So, I can't say that. I think our nurses are wonderful, and really they're just very experienced. And so in saying that, I want to talk about something that's also very important in terms of support, and it's regarding the portion of our show that is sponsored here by The Sphere. So if you are starting a business and looking for a place to advertise, do you need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? Or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety. I'm messing this up. Let me just start this again. So, are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Got you. So a little bit back to it. We're going to jump right back in. So let's talk about this is what I wanted to say. And I wish Simone was here because she could probably touch on this about dental emergencies. Y'all, as much as I would love, and if I knew how to do it, I would. I don't know how to do a root canal.
I don't either.
I really don't. And so people, I think, and this for the listeners out there, we love you, but we can't fix your dental problem. Like, I am very sorry. I don't know how to do a root canal.
I don't either.
I don't want to pull your tooth. I mean, I could if I had to, but I don't want to. It's just, no. You don't want me to do that,
You
first
don't
of
want
all.
me to do it. I
I
promise you
mean,
don't.
it's going to be a lot of
No.
Googling involved. I'm just keeping it 100.
I'm going on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I mean,
YouTube it,
so do you
so-
want your doctor having a YouTube how to pull your tooth? I don't
Probably
think
not.
so. I don't think so. So, like, just stick with your dental care professionals. And honestly, so they're not here today, but I would rep them up big time. Be like, call Dr. Simone, call Dr. Batiste, and get your dental checkup done. But we can't help you in the ER, and it's probably it's really sad because I feel bad for people because I'm like, I know I've had a dental emergency one time, and y'all, I wanted to come out my skin. That pain was so intense.
It's real.
And so I totally get it. I totally understand. We all do, but we just really can't do nothing besides give you some antibiotics and some Tylenol 3.
This is true.
And some Motrin.
Yes.
And
But you can look up emergency dental clinics.
right.
I mean, because we know that they're not open all the time. I mean, but when you come to certain ERs, you may want to research before you go to an ER
Right.
if they have some dental students are on call some places. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think they.
Where,
Well, let me not shout
but
that out. 'Cause
yeah,
I
don't
don't
shout
know.
them out if you don't. But
I'm not 100.
I'm not 100.
I'm not
either.
100.
But I know where they're not.
They're
St.
not in
Luke's,
St. Sugarland. Which is,
They're not
and it's not any different than any other community
No.
emergency department. We would love to help you. We can probably do a nerve block. We can get you out of pain temporarily. We can certainly treat the infection associated with your dental pain. But as far as like, popping that veneer on, it's not happening.
It's not
Although it
happening.
would probably make me more money.
Well, yeah.
But
no.
yeah, it's not happening.
No.
But we always laugh about this because we're like, yo, we can't fix that. We cannot fix that. And so the next thing we were kind of just shooting the breeze about was a perceived emergency versus a real emergency.
Yeah,
Dr. Stone,
I know.
what is a perceived emergency?
I'll give you an example of
Okay.
a perceived emergency. So someone gets involved in an altercation at 2 a.m. in the morning. Somebody pulls their arm, per se, in a robbery. And then at 10
And
a.m.
how many dudes is it always?
It's at least 10. I mean, it's always at
always
least
two
two.
dudes.
Two.
Yeah,
It's at least two.
it's always
You're right.
two.
It's at least two.
Minimum.
So then at 10 a.m., 8 hours later, your arm's still hurting. So you call 911 to bring you to the emergency room
Right.
because for some reason this is an emergency. And
Right.
I'm not quite sure what you think is going on. I mean, is your arm broken? You can move it.
Right.
And I'm not sure why you chose to call 911 for this
Yeah.
perceived emergency.
Or another great perceived emergency would be a hangnail by ambulance.
Oh,
And again, subjectively, I understand that hurts.
It does hurt.
It's not comfortable, but it's not the best use of our resources. And we're not saying this like to shame anybody, but it's like funny stuff that really happens. Like
It is.
people who got drunk and they're just really just kind of hungover. I'm like, yo, call your homie. Like, why are you here? Like, this is like such an expensive ride to the hospital.
It's such an expensive ride.
And we're just gonna give you some fluids and a little nausea medicine and
Not for a hangnail.
no, not for like for the hungover people.
For the hungover people.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
this is
I
true.
mean, like, call your buddy, man. Call your buddy. But
Unless you don't have any friends, which
unless you don't,
call Uber.
call Uber.
Yeah.
Right. And don't drink and drive.
Don't drink, please.
Lord, don't drink.
Because that's a real emergency.
That is.
That can potentially be a real emergency. So
But, I think our point about perceived emergencies is because sometimes I think we get a bad rap in the ER because people are like, why do I have to wait so long? And what people don't understand, there's a whole triage system. There's a whole patient management flow that we
Yes.
go by, and it goes from the most critical, which means like CPR, you may not survive this encounter, all the way down to your hangnail problem. And
Yes.
so if I have like two patients who maybe in like in cardiac arrest, and I'm like, we're over there pumping on their chest, like on the show ER with
Yeah.
defibrillators, jumping on the table, doing compressions, and you're outside the door hounding me about your hangnail.
Ugh.
Like, you may not get my most compassionate spirit, and it's not out of a willingness to not be of service.
Right.
It's just like,
no, there's no may
Can't
to
wait.
it. You're just not going to get our most compassionate. there's no maybe. I mean, you're just not. I mean, we're trying to actually save somebody's life, and your hangnail is not going to kill you. So I think these are things that people need to understand, and people in the waiting room as well. You may come in and have been there for an hour and someone comes in and has only been there for a couple minutes. But if their chief complaint, trumps yours, I mean, they're going to come back quicker than you.
True.
So.
And like one of the options is, since everybody's always on their phone in the ER anyway, you can get on Facebook, and it's a perfect time to talk about Facebook Live. Okay. So we ask right now that you subscribe to our show on all major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show on iTunes with constructive feedback. We did a brief little live earlier today. Dr. Stone is living right now. But we ask that you really roll over to iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher and subscribe to the docs. Please review us on iTunes. Please give us feedback on things that you would love to hear more about, things that you would love to see, and share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. And again, we're probably about to be switching up pretty soon here, so we may not give you all the goodies on Facebook Live as much, give you some snippets maybe, but we want to encourage you to donate to our mission and bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. And you can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. Got that in there. Thank goodness. My bad. Okay, so we kind of already touched on this topic. Again, the most expensive ride of your life is like an ambulance, and nothing will get you seen slower than abusing the ambulance system.
This is true.
And what we mean by that is, again, when there's critical emergencies happening and you come in by ambulance for a hangnail, like, it's back of the line.
Yeah.
And it's not to be mean. It's just like...
almost to kind of teach you that how to appropriately use your resources, though, right? Like, you can't just because you rode in on an ambulance doesn't mean that your emergency is greater than a real emergency.
True.
Like, that's not what that means. And I think some people think, well, I'm on an ambulance, so they're gonna see me right away. Nope.
No. And also it's utilization of services. So that means that you're taking an ambulance out of service that could be going to pick up someone much faster who's having life-threatening chest pain or having stroke-like symptoms. And again, we're not bashing. It's just like funny stuff that literally happens on the daily that we just be scratching our heads at, like, I don't understand this. And we understand that there's some part of us that we just kind of have to talk to people and be transparent and just be like, yo, this is not okay. And we do a lot of it in the ER, just straight up, just like, hey, like, this is not the best use of services. Like, really, did you have to utilize an ambulance for this complaint? And people sometimes are offended, and we try to say, and, obviously a professional manner, but it's just kind of like, you're taking an ambulance out of service. And it's because some of our job is to educate people and to be transparent and to be straightforward in a professional and compassionate way. Absolutely. But sometimes you just got to say it, like, this was not appropriate, and I don't have no problem with it.
No, I don't either. I mean, as a doctor, I feel like I talk to my patients like I would talk to my family members.
Right.
And if my brother or my auntie or even my mom took an ambulance, I'd be like, what were you thinking? Like,
exactly.
And I also saying that, realize that everybody doesn't have family, friends that they can utilize. So, some people tell me I just didn't have any other way to get here. And I really, sometimes I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
I can't argue with that. So.
But I think we're just asking, like, because we always kind of joke and say, like, we're the Walmart of medicine. We see everybody, like, and we love that. And that's actually why we went into the field, because we love people. And so that means we love everywhere you come in the door. But sometimes everybody needs a good talking to. We need a good talking to.
Absolutely.
Like, everybody does, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's just our job ourselves to be educated. And I learn a lot from talking to patients about why people utilize the department in the ways that they do. And it sort of helps you sort of strategize in different ways, and helps also to understand where we are missing out in the community in terms of preventative medicine, preventative care, and in ways in which we could probably do a little bit better in terms of helping folks not have to utilize that service or to call the EMS. So, shout out to community leaders. Like, let's work on preventative care.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get into this next little anecdotal thing. So we kind of wrote up pontification never gets you anywhere. So being long-winded in the ER doesn't really get you very far.
It doesn't.
And what do we mean by that? What's your take on that?
I mean, I just feel like if you have to tell me your whole life story before we get to why you're here, then it's probably just not an emergency.
Right.
I mean, it's not. And I understand that you want someone to talk to and you want your doctor to listen. And I do want to listen. I care to a certain degree. But
No,
at the
you
same,
care.
I
You
care.
are very
no,
caring.
I do care.
You
but
are super caring and
I am.
compassionate.
But when there's a lot of people in the emergency room and you're trying to tell me everything and all your medical problems, and when
And
I
your-
just
and
really
your
want to know,
grandbaby's
and your
pictures.
grandbaby's pictures, which I really like the
I
grandbaby's
do like that
pictures.
too, actually.
It makes me
When I
very
have time.
happy.
Yeah.
When I have time. But, there's other people waiting, and we have to be respectful of that. So
I
shorten your
agree.
stories.
And I think also from a clarity perspective, like we are very focused in
Just on-
terms of wanting to understand like exactly what brought you here, so we can develop a plan, a treatment plan for you, a diagnostic plan to help figure out what's going on, and then
Yes.
also to get you dispositioned. But if I spend 10 minutes in the room, which is a really long time in ER
That is-
time.
yes.
And I know people don't quite understand that. It's not like your primary care visit. Like we're sort of 1, 2, 3, chest pain, abdominal pain.
Absolutely.
You're having neurologic symptoms, and really, unless you're really, really, really sick, probably we can get through a whole history and physical in like 5 minutes. That's
3.
being generous. But like 5, because we literally, because of our training, like can go through, we like are doing checklists in our head like immediately from the time we hit the door. So it may seem like we're not doing anything, but like literally by the time I walked in the door, I probably have assessed you in about 5 different ways.
No, absolutely.
In terms of your body language, how you're moving, your ability to communicate, your how you look as a whole. Are you looking disheveled? Are you looking okay? Are you clean? Are you not clean?
Your
Like
vital
how,
signs.
right? Your vital signs. Like we can assess a whole lot of information very quickly, just visually. And then by the time we've talked to you and done an exam, pretty much we know where we're going with this visit. That's
Yeah.
what we're trained to do. However, if I leave the room like scratching my head, like I still have no idea
Why they're here.
why we're here. Like it just gets real uncomfortable and
It
complicated,
does.
and that's where we tend to find more difficult patient encounters. But it's all good. It's our job to help figure it out. And again, not a judgment. It's just like things that we know. If you come with a very clear idea of kind of what's wrong in terms of your symptoms, you don't have to know what's wrong with you, but an idea of what you're feeling and can communicate that, that's awesome. Or if you're not able to communicate that clearly, please bring somebody with you who can express, on your behalf, like what you're feeling or what you've been experiencing. And we're going to bend over backwards to help you and try to sort out what's going on. And this is actually something we were talking about on the ride over here is like the unknowns.
The unknowns, right? So you come to the emergency room, and a lot of people think that this is the time to get a diagnosis. And sometimes that just is not possible. And the amount of time that we have with the amount of resources that we have, that's just not possible. So if you come in with chest pain, I may not be able to tell you why you're having the chest pain,
Right.
but I can tell you why you're not having. I mean, the sources to what you're not having a heart attack, you're not having a PE. So I can tell you that you're not having these things, and so you need to go to your primary care doctor to figure out the
Right.
rest. So I'm here to rule out life-threatening emergencies. That's what the emergency room is for.
It's not satisfying to us either.
At all.
Like, let's just say that. So, there's like a great many times where I'm like, I know that there's something going on, but boo-boo, I don't know why your scan is like 100% normal and you're in
Right.
agonizing pain, but, it's better now, but, I cannot diagnostically or empirically prove that there's something life-threatening going on with you, and based on your exam, it doesn't warrant an admission to the hospital.
Right.
Like there's clinical criteria that helps us determine what patients would be beneficial for inpatient care versus being sent home. And I know that concept is often difficult to understand and it's hard for us to explain sometimes, but we have to and this is also because of a lot of government guidelines as well.
Yep.
We have to really clearly define what is an appropriate admission status, which means that what are we doing in the hospital? Like, why do we need to keep this patient in the hospital? What
correct.
are there diagnostic tests that have to be performed that if we do not do will lead to a negative outcome? There has to be like a clearly defined reason that we're going to put you in the hospital. And I wish I could say that there wasn't a lot of I don't knows, but I think the other day I was like going to make a post about it because I was like, I literally, the last like 10 patients, I was just like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not a doctor, and I know you're not either, who's going to, BS and say, oh, this is what it is, when I don't
No.
know that. I know what it isn't.
Correct.
I know what life-threatening thing it is not. And, and sometimes that's just the best we can do. And sometimes an I don't know, I think, is more helpful to you than a BS answer that you're hanging on to because, a doctor just told you that. So, that's our little kind of thought process on the I don't knows, and you'll get that a lot. Now, honestly, respect your doctor more if they tell you I don't know what the answer
because
is.
I can make up something that would sound amazing.
Yeah.
It would sound amazing. I mean, it would literally sound amazing,
Right.
but it would not be true.
Like,
so I don't
once diagnosed someone with, I was in residency, so let me just back this up. I wasn't as mature as I am now, right? And so I had somebody come in with just some total bull crap. And I think I said they had a supratentorial problem. And the patient loved it. But in medical jargon, that basically means it's all in your head, boo.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, you're probably doing a lot there. But I wouldn't do that now. But it was just, I don't know, I was being petty and it was funny. But my point of it is, like, we can come up with a name for everything. But I'd rather somebody be straight up with me and just say, hey, I'm not sure what's going on with you, but let's try to, get you to the right specialist or get you back to your doctor where there's going to be more tests that can get done. Because we can't do, this is the other thing. We can't do every test, overnight.
We cannot.
Yeah, and if you come in at 5 a.m., if you come in at 2 a.m. and you want to see the plastic surgeon because you got a facial laceration, I mean, maybe. But it's 2 a.m.
But please trust and believe that we will get cursed out.
Yeah.
If we call the plastic surgeon.
Right.
And they're probably going to say, send them to clinic.
Right.
In 7 hours.
So we do try, we make all these phone calls. We do a lot. And there's a lot of behind the scenes that I think a lot of patients don't see. We be fighting with folks, to get stuff done for our patients, literally,
Absolutely.
To get people admitted, to get them specialty care. It's real in these ER streets.
It is real. Over these ER phones. It's
these
real.
ER phones.
It is
how
real.
people get on the telephone. They think they can say anything, but
Yeah.
they learn quickly.
Yeah, they do.
Just
one good check.
One good check. It's just like all of life, right? So stuff happens. People are always going to try you, but just know that as ER physicians, we're always out here fighting for your best interests. And please know that we are exhausting all of our resources to try to get you the help we need.
Yes.
And that there's a lot of delays that people don't quite understand. ER is not equipped for mental health problems very well.
No, it's not.
There's not funding. There's really not a lot of time to assess people properly, and as much as we would love to, it's just not the best place sometimes, but it's the only place people can go, and we understand that, and we do the best we can, but it takes a long time to get you transferred.
Yes, it does.
Hours.
It does.
Could be days.
Could be days.
And that's just the honest truth. Yes, what's in the bag? Okay, so what's in the bag? Well, first of all, in the most important bag, the bag of sponsorship dollars, we want to highlight KOG and Company. And I love KOG and Company. First of all, are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? You Need to Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use coupon code DOPE ! That's capital DOPE ! For 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling out fast. And I think we said we were going to have a whole show where we wear KOG apparel because it just is pretty dope.
Yeah, Unleash Your Dopeness. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we were going to touch on really briefly is the Google doctor. What do you want to say about Dr. Google?
He makes me feel like Dr. Oz. So Dr. Oz, if you listen. But no. Just please, Lord. Just no. That's all I got to say. I mean, I can't stress enough that if you don't know what you're reading and how to interpret certain things, then just stay away from the internet. Please.
Because Google will have you think you're dying.
Google will my elbow hurts. You have elbow cancer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even, what?
Yeah.
Like,
the tip of my nose hurts.
you have
You have
nose cancer.
nose cancer.
It's going to fall off if you
Yes.
don't go to the emergency room
Yes.
right now.
Right.
I have a friend who 30-something years old, completely healthy. My left arm hurts. Now, she works out a lot. I said, okay. And she was like, my doctor told me not to Google. I said, that's probably a good thing. It's probably just muscle strain. She sat on my floor, got her phone out, and started Googling. She was like, well, how do you know that I'm not having a heart attack? I said, if you don't get out of my house
Right.
and off of the internet, what are we even talking? I said, does your chest hurt? Are you having any shortness of breath?
Right.
I mean, anything. But people, let me tell you, just stay away. Just stay away.
I just think it just provokes anxiety. It's a great guide in terms of like helping you maybe sort through some symptoms, but it doesn't replace your doctor who's going to clinically assess you. I mean, I'm saying that nicely. So please. But don't debate me about the Google doctor. Like, can we
Please
just
don't.
not do that?
Let's
Because
not.
I've spent a lot of time in school.
Yes. And sometimes I will say, I don't really want to even say this out loud. Sometimes people are right about their symptoms because you know your body better than I do. I will absolutely say that. So if you can use it appropriately, but 99.9% of people don't use it appropriately.
No, like your toe's probably not going to fall off unless you have diabetes and it's already black and it's already hurting and it's a little cold.
But
we knew that already.
We knew that already.
But like, so other just little things like everybody always wants to eat in the ER. Y'all, the food is not good. Like, please stop.
I don't even eat the food in the emergency room.
No, like I will starve.
The bag sandwiches, it's gonna take you at least 5 bottles of water because it's so just dry. Like,
I got hungry one day and I
tried it.
Nah.
And never again.
Nah.
Never. I don't know how you mess up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't know.
But they can do it. They did it.
And the apple juice, yo, like,
that's not
if you
apple
read
juice.
the packaging,
Girl, stop. That is not apple
there's
juice.
no apples.
No.
Nor oranges in that juice.
It's just juice.
It's just juice.
It's just
sugar.
It's just
and some
yellow juice.
Hydrogenated substances they've added.
What
it's not that good. Everybody always wants apple juice.
Everybody always wants food
Shoot
when
for
they
the
come
Gatorade.
in.
That's probably your
The
best
Gatorade
bet.
is your best bet.
Legit.
Even the water's nasty.
Yeah. I've never seen
saying.
them clean the ice machine, just saying. Okay. Anyway, so, and last but not least, your throat is closing. So we hear this quite a bit.
Yes, we do.
So if you're yelling to me that your throat is closing,
It ain't.
it's probably not closing.
No, it's just not.
Because how does the throat closing present, Mary? And I know that's crazy that we just did that.
No, that's what
But
it
it's
looks
the
like.
truth. Like, that's what
it
it's
looks
like. And we have epi for you if that happens.
Absolutely.
We got you.
We got
But
you.
if you are, like, screaming at the top of your lungs that your throat is closing.
I can't breathe. Can't you help me? I can't breathe. Ma'am, you're breathing just fine.
Right.
You are
That's
breathing
99%.
just 99, 100 actually.
So this is like the stuff we go through. And we didn't even get to what's in the bag. Like,
Ugh.
what people bring to the ER in the bag. I've had foots.
Yeah, I've had
Feet.
feet.
A foot.
A foot.
A foot. My bad.
I've
I
had
said
fingers.
Fingers.
Fingers. People like to bring poop.
Stool.
A lot of poop.
Yeah.
It's
I don't want to see it.
I
Picture's
mean, I don't
worth
either.
1,000 words. I'm going to look.
Take a picture. It
Right.
smells better. How about
Yeah.
that? It just smells better.
And then you
So-
don't have to like find the bag, like the little Kroger bag that you're going to put it in.
Nope.
And then bring it up there. Like, just
Yeah.
that picture is cool. And
A
even
picture
I
is worth
really-
1,000
A
words.
descriptive image is
A
just
picture's
as
worth
fine to
1,000
me.
words, right? So,
But that's about it. Like, so we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and I know we're just like ranting over here
We
about
are.
the ER, but it's just funny stuff that be happening in the
Yeah.
ER.
Yeah.
It's for real. It's our real life every day.
It is.
And this is actually the mild version.
Oh, the
'cause we could
super
probably do
mild
like
version.
the after dark, like
they want no
what
parts of
really
that.
goes on.
I know.
But we won't
do
today.
that, right?
And again, we are here to be of service to you. Again, I'm Dr. Kwanzaa, MD. I'm your board certified emergency physician. I'm the DJ doctor. I also have a mobile practice that I do, concierge practice. And, you know, we are here just trying to serve our community. And as much trash as we talk because it's just funny stuff
It
from the
is.
emergency department. We are really here to serve you. Any questions that you have, even if you come in crazy, we still gonna take care of you and love you. And so no doubt, but we're just trying to educate you guys on how to maybe get seen a little bit faster, a little more perspective into how we think and our thought process. And, you know, it is really all about service. We absolutely love what we do. We love taking care of patients, and we want to be out here educating people as much as possible. But you can find me at Dr. Kwanzaa MD on Facebook, on Instagram at Dr_Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa MD. On Instagram, Twitter, Dr. Kwanzaa MD, and hit me up on my website. You can hit me up with questions. You can just shoot away. I get questions in my inbox all the time. You can hit me in my DM on Instagram for medical questions. Medical.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the
That
Princess
still
of
is-
the Moon has been in my
Okay,
inbox.
well, that's still a
hard.
slippery slope because, you know, some people going to ask the same question over and over and over.
It's all, you know what? I don't mind. It's all good, and I do answer. And so, you know, for medical questions, you know, you can hit me up. It's all good. And Dr. Stone, where can they reach you at?
Yes, so you can reach me on Facebook or Instagram at Dr. Mary Stone, MD. And you spell it just like you say it, MaryStone, Dr. Mary Stone, MD. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm still working on building those pages.
Yeah, good. Get on and subscribe to her page, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's
this
going to
is
be some
new
good stuff
entrepreneurship.
absolutely coming.
Yeah, oh man, we didn't talk about what you about to drop. God, Jim, and Grub.
Yes. So came up with this the other day, God, Jim, and Grub. God always comes first in everything that I do. You know, without his purpose and without his plan, I would not be here. I do love going to the gym. Sometimes when I get there, I'm like, why am I here? And then I pray to God that I get through it. And then Grub, I do like to eat. My trainer may tell you that sometimes I don't eat as much as I should, but that's just because, you know, busy lifestyle, but working on that. So, yep, God, Gym, and Grub. And then as far as the sports aspect goes, you know, I am a sports junkie, fanatic, addict, whatever you want to call it, and working on Pretty Girls Like Sports, too.
Yep.
So-
And we don't mean pretty on the inside and outside.
Pretty on-
so don't
absolutely,
Get it
so don't
this
get it
is not
twisted.
a superficial
Right.
person right here at all.
No, pretty meaning on the inside. Because
Yeah.
if you're ugly on the inside, you're going to be ugly on the outside.
Right.
So,
Never, we think everybody's beautiful. here at the
absolutely.
Docs. But,
Absolutely.
yo, just wanted to give you a big shout out. Thank you for coming through. Like, we love our guests, and you've been amazing. And honestly, you're probably just you're a beautiful spirit. She's an amazing doctor, y'all. Like, I've seen it in action. Like, she's one who really loves what she does. She loves to be of service, take care of patients, and probably one of the most humble people I've ever met in my life. And doesn't even have to be like she's the bomb, like double board certified. Like, who does that? Like, did 2 whole residencies. Like,
people,
yo,
crazy people.
so super smart. You know, this is just Black Girl Magic sitting here right next to me. And so we're just so honored to have you on this show.
Well, thank you
and we
for
got lots
having
of
me.
exciting stuff. We got lots of exciting stuff coming up next week on the Docs. And we will see you next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Peace.